Oh, hi there.
The first thing that touches your skin after you're born isn't a sterile plastic tray under a hospital lamp.
It's someone's warm hands. A minute later, another pair, then a third. By the end of the day, 10 different people have held you, and not one of them has a medical degree. If you'd been born 50,000 years ago, your life would have started with a brutal biological compromise. Your brain is too big, and after humans decided to walk upright, our ancestors' pelvises evolved to be narrower. Evolution solved this problem clumsily. It pushed you out unfinished, roughly a year ahead of schedule. A baby chimp can grip its mother's fur within an hour of being born. You can't even hold your own head up. You are by every survival metric completely useless. By all logic, you shouldn't have made it. One woman alone in the wild cannot feed you, protect you from predators, and find her own food at the same time. But evolution had a plan. You were never designed to be raised by a single person. You were designed to be raised by a tribe. How long do you think a baby can cry before someone responds? In the modern world, we're told it's fine if a baby screams for 30 minutes while mom's eye twitches, and strangers on Reddit comment, "Just let them cry it out." In a Kung hunter-gatherer camp, that advice would get you exiled. Anthropologists sat with stopwatches and measured in 88% of cases when you whimper, someone responds within 3 seconds. If mom doesn't make it in time, a neighbor or any adult within about 15 feet picks you up. The result? A Stone Age baby cries a total of less than 1 minute per hour that they simply never learn what a long, lung-shredding cry even feels like. Because you spend the entire day in a sling on someone's hip or in someone's arms. Skin to skin, you hear a calm heartbeat. You never feel hungry for more than a few minutes. You sleep pressed against your mother and nurse at night without even opening your eyes. Think that turned the mother into an exhausted servant? Not even close. A prehistoric mother was actually freer than the modern woman. Researchers crouched in the bushes with stopwatches and found that a hunter-gatherer mother spends only about 14% of her day in direct, exclusive care of her infant. The rest of the time, you're in someone else's arms. By 5 months old, you spend more time with people who aren't your mother than with her. It was a finely tuned system of shared care. While mom goes off to dig roots, you're left in a circle of adults weaving rope, fixing tools, talking. But every 2 minutes, someone glances over at you. Now brace yourself, because this next part is going to feel a little weird. When it's time to wean you around because mom is pregnant again, your teeth still can't handle tough meat. So, who chews it for you? Older kids, neighbors, whoever's nearby. They chew the meat into a paste and pass it to you mouth to mouth. In a Stone Age community, that's the highest possible signal of safety, immunity sharing, and love. And in the AK tribe of Central Africa, fathers spend roughly half the day within arm's reach of their infants, holding and soothing them more than in almost any other society on Earth. They bring them to the fire while drinking palm wine with the other men, and if the baby cries and mom isn't around, a tough-bearded hunter will offer the baby his own nipple. Just as a comfort gesture, because it works. And nobody in the tribe finds that the least bit strange. But this prehistoric setup ended far too quickly, at least in evolutionary terms. Let's rewind. Where did it all go wrong? We lost the village in 2 distinct waves. The first blow came with the Industrial Revolution in the 19th century. Before that, humanity had lived for centuries in large extended families, 3 generations, aunts, uncles, cousins, all under one roof or within walking distance. Then, factories needed workers in cities. Families began to splinter. People left, often never coming back. Around the same time, in the Victorian era, something happened that historians see as a symbol of this shift. The baby carriage was invented and mass-produced. Doctors of the time genuinely published pamphlets warning that excessive carrying spoils the child's character. The Stone Age baby inside all of us was screaming, but you couldn't hear it over the sound of the railway. The second, final blow came in the mid-20th century with the post-war housing boom. A self-contained apartment with private everything became the definition of success. We locked our doors, turned on our own heating, and were left completely alone. Nobody ran a crash test on our biology. The entire support infrastructure that evolution built your psychology around evaporated within 2 or 3 generations. So, what exactly does this people deficit do to us? Why can't you just swap grandma for a washing machine and the neighbor for grocery delivery? Because the village regulated our internal chemistry. When anthropologists and neuroscientists study the hormonal profiles of new parents, they find something striking. In the first months after birth, a woman's brain is literally restructured by a cocktail of oxytocin, the bonding hormone, and prolactin. But that cocktail only works stably when stress levels are in check. When a modern mother tries to solo carry a quest designed for a team of 20, her amygdala, the brain's ancient alarm system, registers isolation. To the Stone Age brain, being alone with a newborn in a quiet room means the tribe has left and predators are near. Cortisol floods the bloodstream and blocks oxytocin production. An already exhausted brain shifts into hard survival mode. The research is unambiguous. Postpartum depression and burnout are not personality flaws or poor time management. They are the direct, clean result of not having enough physically present people nearby. Your body was built to distribute the psychological and hormonal load across 10 people. Now it's carrying it alone. And the baby picks up on this instantly. In the 1970s, psychologist Edward Tronick ran a now famous experiment called the still face. First, a mother plays with her infant, laughing, responding. Then she turns away and turns back with a completely blank, expressionless face. She doesn't hurt the baby, she doesn't yell, she just stops responding. The infant clocks this within seconds. First it tries smiling, then gesturing. Then within a couple of minutes it breaks into full panic, a hormonal stress response that's measurable in the blood. And when the only adult in the apartment is running on empty, their face involuntarily becomes that still face from Tronick's experiment. Not because they're a bad parent, but because they physically have no emotional resources left to give. The Stone Age baby was protected from this. If mom was exhausted, there was always a living, smiling face, an aunt, an older sister within arm's reach. That safety net doesn't exist anymore. Look again at those opening images at an infant who gets held by half the tribe in a single day. Those people sitting around a fire in the savannah didn't need shelves full of parenting books, mindfulness apps, or anxiety webinars. They didn't suffer from cabin fever because they literally didn't have four walls. We traded their wild, genuinely dangerous world for comfort and modern medicine. We got clean, self-contained boxes where you can live for years without knowing your next-door neighbor's name. That is a stunning achievement of civilization. But that freedom comes with a hidden, enormous price tag that nobody warned us about. Your Stone Age brain, locked inside a modern city, feels like the tribe went extinct, and being left alone, that is the most primal fear of any social animal. You can't demolish the cities, throw out the strollers, and go back to campfires 50,000 years ago. But you can stop blaming yourself for not being able to carry all of this alone. Human beings were never designed to function as self-sufficient islands. We survived as a species because we knew how to share our weakness, to pass the baby when we needed to ask for help, to rely on other people's hands. So don't lock yourself inside four walls. Get out, ask for help, find your people, and build your own small village out of friends, family, and people who get it. There are millions of people who feel exactly the way you do, because we're all wired the same. Take care of yourself, take care of each other, and let me know what you think in the comments. See you next time.